Yeah, I've got time.
Welcome to another transmission aboard the Morningstar. I'm your host, Nick, and this is the 20-Minute Gamer channel. I have been playing Warhammer 40k Darktide for about 27 hours, and this is just going to be kind of an impressions video. I know that we're still in the beta, and I don't expect a lot to change between now and the release. I mean, we're literally 6 or 7 days away from the game being dropped. However, I do think that there is some new content that will come with the release. I think it would be extremely dumb of Fat Shark to release the beta on the 17th of November and let people basically play, ultimately, the complete game. I do believe that there are some elements that are missing in Darktide, and I expect that everybody will have something new to look forward to on the 30th. Now, Warhammer 40k Darktide has been a long time coming. Now, as an avid fan myself and inductee to the tabletop back in 1999, I've been jonesing for this particular game release. The sister to Fat Shark's Vermintide series, Darktide takes a departure from the Age of Sigmar fantasy role and adopts Game Workshop's adaptation of the 41st millennium, Warhammer 40,000, swapping swords and shields for chainswords, lasguns, and power staves. So in this video, I basically just like to look at what Darktide is, has to offer, and is it for you? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Let's drop in. Now, I first started playing Fat Shark games with Vermintide 2. I was a late arrival to that game, and it took a little bit of time for me to really get into it. In recent years, it's been hard to find enjoyment in FPS sword shield swinging action. That's why I never played Elder Scrolls. Not that any of you know that, but I guess I'm telling you, I've never played Elder Scrolls. Not that I couldn't enjoy those titles, I just got burnt out with older games and have had bad memories with them. Namely, Heretic and Hexen. Something about the colors, the function, the fluidity of those older DOS games transfers into FPS melee combat games for me today, and I just don't like them. On top of my late arrival, I was also playing with friends who had every unlock, max levels, and several hundred hours of play. At times, it was definitely intimidating not being able to keep up, but I'll have you know that I have a really nice leveled up Kruber now, the only character I enjoyed playing as. What sold me on jumping into Vermintide 2 was seeing that there was a Grail Knight. I love that character. Now, enter Darktide, a fresh start, a clean title where I can level up next to my peers and have a similar gaming experience. Now, Darktide is a team-based co-op, heavy on the team, set in the grimdark future of Warhammer 40k. You are a prisoner of your own devices on the Morningstar. You're en route to prison, or possibly even death. I mean, let's be honest, based on the 4 selections you have for character creation, sedition, lack of faith, you really could be going to the death penalty. Your ship comes under attack and you're displaced. Ending up in Tertium, you're conscripted by the Imperium to fight against the forces of chaos. Nurgle forces, more specifically. You and other rejects, as they're affectionately referred to as, will fight against masses of poxwalkers, poxbursters, poxbombers, tregs, scabs, corruptors, and even the odd beast of Nurgle. There's also plague ogrins, there's plague ogres. They really got a nice balance and a nice spread of enemies that you come across. And the game also seems to do a fine job of engaging the user in a story, and it's got cutscenes thrown in and out of your levels as you're leveling up. Now, talk about a segue, right? Let's jump into leveling up your character. Or, should I say, gaining trust. As you gain trust, as you level up, you acquire trust of the Imperium. The trust levels offer individual class perks at levels 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. As you make a name for yourself, other areas of the Morningstar also begin to open up. The peddler, where the armory comes from, begins to offer you more unique firearms, curios, and melee weapons. Curios are an ornament that you carry on you that offer you additional perks or stat boosts, health, toughness, etc. Around level 11, you gain access to Sire Melk's Requisitorium. These are where your weekly challenges are going to go ahead and come from. And no, currently, they don't carry over between characters. As your trust increases, additional mission sets also begin to appear over the Tertium Hollow overlay near the center of the ship. From repair missions to strike and raid, there's a pretty decent balance depending on what you fancy. Want to kill some heretics? Bam! Strike mission. You got it. Want to get the Imperium some additional supplies? Raid mission for you. You got it. So there is some balance. The early access beta hit on November 17th of 2022. Starting the early access beta has been exciting, but also a little bit of a struggle. The first 2 days were definitely touch and go. Over the 2 days, I had one mission that booted me to desktop, a legitimate hard crash. One more mission that hard crashed due to a server issue where I couldn't actually even get back in for 45 minutes. And then another mission that started up into the mission crashed me right back to the Morningstar. However, I will say, across the 48 hours, I did have a pretty seamless gaming experience. In the Discord and forums, however, it does seem like many are having similar issues or even more severe issues, ranging from connection to optimization. I've even seen a few people mention XP loss problems after a crash, being in the middle of a mission and crashing to desktop, being in the middle of level 11 to level 12, and they lose all of their level 11 experience. Overall, I've got to say I've enjoyed my 27 hours of game time, and I expect that I'll be digging into this much, much more. I'm definitely wanting to continue to bring forward community concerns, dev responses, and just general talk of the town. Coming from peak Vermintide 2, my opinions of this game might not be as similar as those of you who started Vermintide 2 when its release was imminent. I don't have that comparison. I've heard that when Vermintide 2's beta was released, a lot of the same issues were there. Either way, I look forward to many engaging conversations regarding this title, and I hope to see you out there. Stay safe, rejects. Nick out. Fuck me. Burn the mutant. No, it's kill the mutant, burn the heretic, purge the unclean.